All right. Well, that's pretty good timing. I got this brought up right in time, or right on time. And I got about 3 people waiting in the Zoom waiting room already. I'll go let them in. I'm just going to hit the same button I did last night, see how that works tonight. Worked pretty good last night. So there, I hit that button and we will welcome them in. It seems to be a little quicker doing it that way. I like that. So I welcome in Jeff Ryman, Chris Garrett, and Alex Cheek. And Greg is correct. He was second tonight. Tony beat him in by a few seconds. So I see everyone's jumping ship over from Cary.
Yeah, Greg and Blackwatch kind of got into it over something. I don't know what. I think
Yeah,
Blackwatch is just being himself.
he was.
I didn't follow the whole thing.
Blackwatch was questioning why Greg recommended an editing program for him, and then Blackwatch wasn't speaking in English when he said, "Well, I use PS22," and I wasn't 100% sure what it was, and then I realized he was talking about Photoshop. Um,
Oh,
it's just Blackwatch. I mean,
yeah. I haven't used it in a long time. I have used that Irfan view before.
Yeah.
It lets you convert things now. I don't know when they added that, but I used to use it for looking at stuff. God, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, I've been using it off and on for 20 some years.
Hey, I was just watching Talladega Nights.
that's a good movie.
So did you see all of Josh's live streams today? Hopefully he got his ID, and he said he was going to get Alex gift cards, and
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the draw for all of that is supposed to be, but it's his channel.
he did like 3 different ones today, just like
Oh, I know. I watched
was-
part of one of them.
He
It was
did-
cut off because somebody was calling him. I think his wife called him one time, and I don't know who called him next time.
No, I don't
Alex.
know either. It was suggested to me that I call him, but I wasn't going to do that. And I know he did at least 3, if not 4, videos today. But I think he did get accomplished what he was trying to get accomplished. So all in all,
And I
it was a
think
good
something about told not to use the camera in the DMV.
day. Yeah, I have to go back and find that part because
I can believe that. I don't think you're supposed to here either.
doesn't
I don't know how-
surprise me.
Don't know how they would necessarily know since most all smartphones have cameras, but I guess if you're obviously panning around doing something.
True.
doesn't Josh have an iPhone?
I
Yeah,
want
I
to say
don't know.
yes.
I think so.
I want to say he does. Yes.
But Alex has an Android phone, right? Or
Yeah.
does it have
Yeah,
a
Alex has an Android phone, but he uses an iPad.
Right.
Yeah,
That
he
way-
can. He's in both worlds.
Yeah, that way he can keep up with everything.
Hmm.
See if this is going to work or not.
I don't have anything against using an iPhone or an iPad. I just am not inclined to spend the money that's needed for that. I'm pretty cheap when it comes to phones.
And Greg don't have any phone.
I can't find that goddamn thing. I was looking for it again today.
Is that the one up on the wall that you crank? Or
Yeah.
Hey, I was watching a video earlier about a lady that gave up her smartphone for like 6 months. She went back to a flip phone.
Oh boy. Can't imagine how disastrous that would have been.
Well, she talked about how you get so attached to it.
Oh, I agree. One of the conversations we had today was, can you imagine the world right now if you suddenly didn't have the internet and you didn't have the smartphones? Can you imagine how frustrated some of us would be because the
I'd
technology?
have to go back to going to the auto club for maps when I went on a trip.
Yeah,
Well,
AAA.
if you didn't know anything about it, you wouldn't miss it.
Well, yeah.
Guess what? I found my phone, but I can't get the video to work.
I'll cover that in a live stream tomorrow night.
Okay.
Hey Ken, hey everybody.
Hey,
Alex?
Hey, what's up, Alex?
Guess what I just did?
Called Josh and told him to join.
Yeah, I did that, but I did something else too.
I'd like to phone a friend to see what he says about it.
I turned he had his speakers. I cranked the speakers all the way up to 100%.
No,
Turned
you,
the screen off, blocked his input, and scared the shit out of him.
So he's going to come in angry now.
No, I pulled up that video that I told you about before, that I showed you before, that car, and it comes up that scary.
Yeah. The one we
So-
set up to scare him with.
Yeah.
Did he buy you gift cards that he's going to send you to keep for him?
Yeah, he did already. He sent me $300 worth of gift cards today, and I spent $150 on him today, and told him that we had already discussed before, and I told him that was the last time I was going to buy him anything until we get enough money to buy those games.
can't he use the gift cards himself and buy stuff?
He could, but he'll spend it. He'll impulse buy.
There's
So I
that.
gives them to Alex.
Yeah. There's that, and there's the fact he really can't see very well, and he'll end up buying stuff. he doesn't even know.
And also he'll complain if he buys it himself. He'll complain because he's going to have to wait a week. If I buy it, we got Amazon Prime, and I'm giving my mom a half off discount because of my food card. So I just buy it on.
I don't know how quick you get stuff. When I was ordering some stuff the last few days, the difference between the free shipping and the Amazon Prime shipping, at least until you went in and paid, was only 2 days difference. One was like 11 days and the other was like 13.
Amazon Prime is like 1 or 2 day shipping on most
Well,
all Prime.
on the graphics card I ordered, they told me it was going to be 2 weeks with Amazon Prime and 2 weeks and 3 days with regular Amazon free shipping. So I didn't see the point in having a trial for Prime.
I just wonder if that was because of Prime Days. They thought they were going to be so super backed up.
Don't know. I haven't logged in today to see if either of my things is shipped. I bought a graphics card and I bought the clips.
I'll be back in just a minute. I got something I got to take care of.
We'll be here.
Jeff, did you get the one for $4.29?
I think so. I have to look and see. A couple of those were selling out.
Yeah, they said it says July 27th for that card.
Well,
Yeah,
it said, but then once I finally ordered it, that jumped to July 23rd. And then when I checked yesterday, it had jumped another 2 days to July 21st.
yeah.
So their algorithm
Yeah.
is just an estimate.
I've had Amazon lose my packages and shipping. Like, how do you lose a package from Amazon warehouse, from the Amazon driver to my house?
That happened to
How do
Alex.
you lose
That
a
happened to Alex on the same day with 2 different packages from 2 different vendors.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about the graphics card in the sense that it isn't sold by Amazon. It ships from Amazon.
I saw the weirdest thing today on Amazon related. Sitting there talking to Mom, and this car pulls up at the end of their driveway. This lady gets out and she runs to her trunk and she starts taking these bags out. And I'm like, oh, it's a food delivery. Okay, that makes sense. That's what that is. So I texted my sister. I said, "Did you order food?" And she finally answered me after the lady had dropped her stuff off and went. What it was, I believe it was local Amazon grocery shopping, and they're employing private drivers to deliver that stuff. And the other weird thing was, I went out there to meet her, and I said, "Well, here, just hand them to me." She says, "I can't do that. I have to set them down." And she set them down, and then I thought, well, she's going to take a picture. You know how Amazon sometimes takes pictures. And she didn't. She set them down. She says, "Thank you. Have a good day." And off she went. It was two 32-ounce jugs of laundry soap, a box of Ritz crackers, a box of Trix, a box of macaroni and cheese, 2 things of Dawn dish soap, and there was one other thing. And it was all in paper bags, and it did say Amazon on it, and I was trying to figure out what, store they came from, which was nearly impossible. But I had never seen that until today. It's always been UPS, FedEx, or the Postal Service that delivers my stuff.
I can't get Amazon like Whole Foods. I can't get that crap where I live. I wish I could. I'd love to order it off Amazon. It's cheaper, but they won't deliver Whole Foods or any kind. They'll deliver like energy drinks and stuff like that, but they won't deliver water or food like that, like other cities and stuff will.
Well, you have to have a Whole Foods nearby.
Yeah. I don't think there's a Whole Foods in Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if you didn't have one in Phoenix area.
Blackwatch says, "I just got one more camera life like Carrie's new one. Do I want it?" I'd love to have a camera like that, but can't
Okay,
afford
my graphics card has not shipped yet. My speakers are almost ready to ship, and they're going to be here before the graphics card, even though I ordered them later. So,
Probably coming from a different location.
Was
yeah.
Josh Thomas here today?
Looks like it. Okay, you have
Have a
one,
mustache.
Sean. You have a Whole Food Market. I don't know if it's the same thing or not. At Town and Country Shopping Center, you have one. You have 3 of them in the Phoenix area. One down by Gilbert, one up on the 101 just east of the 17, and one almost damn near downtown Phoenix. And then
They must have some maximum radius they'll deliver from around each of the stores.
Yeah.
Probably as hot as it is there, like here, probably depends on how long they think they can keep the cool stuff cool.
You know what's funny about out in California? They say the I-5, the I-40, the I-10, or whatever.
Yeah. Yep, they do. That
Hey,
they do.
Josh, did they kick you out of the DMV for recording? I know he's here. His mic ain't muted, but he's here. I could see him just a minute ago.
Yeah, he temporarily logged in and then he went back to us.
Oh, and just in case you was wondering, he shaved his beard and his mustache because he's going to his aunt's tomorrow.
He trimmed it up, looks like.
Yeah. We saw him for a minute and then he disappeared.
Yep. I'm so calm I could fall asleep.
Now Natasha ain't gonna like it. It's not gonna tickle when he kisses her.
Who's the new Irish guy? Oh, Sean. He is in Caryland. He lives in the same general vicinity, Phoenix, that Carrie does. He knows Carrie. He's gotten some things done from Carrie. And he's been with us for a while now. You need to come around more, Blackwatch.
Hey, Black Watch. I'm not on the chat, but I on the Zoom.
Yeah, hopefully I've not gotten any feedback for low audio from anybody, so hopefully everybody's
Mhm.
let's try that again.
Sounds good to me
Hopefully
here.
everyone's able to hear everybody. Well, he didn't trim it
Oh,
completely
great.
off. It looked like is he eating? Oh, of
Oh, he's
course.
eating M&M's.
I thought Aunt Mary liked the mustache, Josh.
He's still got a mustache. He just trimmed it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good actually.
So, Josh, I got a question for you.
Yeah, I've got an answer for you.
Whose door did you knock on this afternoon that they did not know you were coming?
That was my aunt.
That's what I thought. And you picked up a hat?
Yep.
And you couldn't wait till you go there tomorrow night to get the hat?
Nope.
Is it like a super special M&M hat or something?
No, that was the trip that my cousin used to play on my aunt. My cousin would never let her know when she was coming in, or he was coming in, and he would always come in from Ohio, and he would always surprise her. So I started doing the same thing.
My dad doesn't like that. He will not make a surprise visit on
Yeah.
somebody.
I've
Yeah,
been wa-
the times have changed. That used to be a thing. I mean, growing up, when I was in my teens and early 20s, if I was in the city of Indianapolis, I would stop by and see my grandparents. And I mean, they were like, "Well, you better stop and see us if you're in this town." And I'm like, "I am, I do, I will," and I did, you know. But nowadays, no, my kids are never just going to show up unexpectedly. It wouldn't bother me at
Although
all.
I was surprised when I went to the DM dealer today, there was no sign that said you are not allowed to record in the dealership, in the government building. Now, usually, if they don't want you using phones and that, usually they'll have some type of sign saying
If you go in
phones are
Walmart,
not
I know this
permitted.
because I've watched quite a few YouTube videos where they do those overnight challenges or whatnot. If you go in a store like a Walmart or pretty much in any store and try to record, they're gonna probably kick you out.
I don't know how the DMV works there. Here, when you go in, even if you have an appointment, once you're in, you get a number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then you give them your cell phone number and you get a text message as your number progresses on towards when you're ready. So they need to let you use your cell phone.
Yep.
But I don't recall if they have signs about recording or not. I've never seen anybody do it in the DMV.
Yeah. I don't know what.
probably you're not supposed to, but I didn't, you know.
Yeah, I don't know about what Alex said is entirely true because I've live streamed from Walmart about Walmart, not in a good way while I'm in Walmart, and no one's ever said I couldn't do it.
No, my knowledge of that, I've never had a need to film in a store. It's kind of hard to film when I've got to drive with one hand.
Well, that's true. I was showing the lack of
And
stock and the lack of workers and the lack of. I was showing a lot of things.
well, speaking of that, our preacher has done videos where he goes in Walmart and shows stuff. So I guess it's
There's-
okay, but
There's YouTube channels where they go to stores and look at the low stock and all that.
Yeah.
But there's also channels where they're doing stuff, where they're filming stuff, and they say, where they're doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, and they say, you shouldn't be filming, get out of here.
Oh yeah, that's that goes on in California a lot. They got a channel, two different, or three or four different channels, I believe, where that's all they do is go out and film. And they try to say they're on their property, but they're not. They're usually on the sidewalk.
And when you go into a store, it's not, it's private property, so they have the right to.
Sure, they have the right. They have the right to
Yeah,
say
as
leave.
long as they
or-
stay on the sidewalk, though, they think they can call the law. But usually when the law comes, the law tells them that they can't. But the way these people talk to the law, I mean, they're kind of disrespectful.
Some of
Yes.
that depends on how the property lines are interpreted too. I don't know if it's in like a shopping center or something, probably all the sidewalk is considered public.
Hold on, let me think. Um, Shopping center like where Kroger was, where I worked. Most of the Krogers are probably private property.
Well, yeah, I don't know about the sidewalk in front. That depends on a lot of different things.
In Arizona, they banned us from filming cops, like at traffic stops and
Closer than 8 feet.
Right. That New York City's passed an ordinance. You have to be away. You have to be 8 feet or further away.
And you can't be interfering with what's going on. But you can still film outside of those circumstances. And there's also an exception in Arizona if you're the one that the police are talking to.
yeah.
Boy, those guys in California, they don't have that law yet, I guess there.
Well,
They
there's a
film-
lady
They
on
take
YouTube.
pictures of people's license plates and everything.
Well, license plates are fair game with you're in public.
There's a lady on YouTube. I guess she's a police officer or something. And she goes around where she's at and she films the police. I think I put her channel in the chat in the Zoom chat one night.
I watched a TikTok thing that someone had sent me. Some little 3-year-old black kid was beating a cop up because they had come there to arrest somebody in the neighborhood. And while it was not funny, it was cute. And that, the cop literally was trying just to keep the kid away and keep a cool head about it. Man, that little kid was stubborn. He kept coming back. And the language he was using, I think that little child had Tourette's. I honestly do. BH Ringer. If you wear a body cam, you can claim it's a requirement for probation.
Who said that? Black Watch.
BH Ringer. I just brought it up on Twidget on the stream. Good to see BH. He hadn't been here in a couple days. Welcome to join Zoom anytime you would like, as is Black Watch. You both have the credentials. I have not changed them. They should work. Keyword being should. No guarantee.
Good.
Yeah, I know, Greg. I had a long day with Mom today, and Lorna took her lunch early, which was really nice. And I was going to try to take a nap, but I'm not going to mention anyone's name, Alex. Josh. Josh.
I got up at 1 o'clock today. I got up early.
I went to bed at 5. I washed the dishes for Lorna this morning before I went to bed, and I was up at 9:30. So
Yeah,
I
you left
had a
me.
long day.
You left me in charge on Zoom last.
No, actually, I didn't. I was going to. As a joke, I actually was going to leave you in charge, and you'd wake up and go, "Hey, what's going on here?" But I went ahead and ended it for everybody.
No, I was actually in the bathroom, and I heard you say something about me,
Yep.
and I come in here, and I was still logged into Zoom,
Huh.
so I just ended it.
Well,
This guy Zach's Tech Turf, he's building a very nice computer on YouTube and Twitch right now. A 2000 computer that he's going to sell for 1,500 on August 1st. He puts like 20 something computers up there, and they sell out within the first 2 weeks.
Hey, Sean, did you do your little test on the broadcasting today with the Dell not plugged in or not near the thing?
No, I was busy doing other stuff.
Okay, I just wondered.
My girlfriend came, and then I spent 2 hours cleaning one of the staff's cars because it was dirty. So
What do you charge them to clean their cars?
Have they not heard of a car wash?
I charge $5 to vacuum and wash.
I'll put you down for next week. If you leave now, you should be here by next Friday. I need mine cleaned.
Do you drive, Sean?
No.
Okay.
Every time Greg lights up a cigarette, I want a cigarette, but I quit for 1 year and 55 days now. And every time he lights up one, I'm like, damn, I want one. Greg, Greg, can I ask you a question? Do you chain smoke during the broadcast and you don't smoke during the morning?
You want one? Here.
Yeah,
Here.
that's what he does, Sean. He's like, I'll just hold off until Ken goes live, and then I'm going to sit there and just chain smoke the hell out of these things.
It's like he smokes one and then he waits for maybe about 5-10 minutes and then he lights up another one, and then every 5-10 minutes he lights up another one.
Yeah, here in a minute he's going to look at the camera and go, damn, I picked the wrong day to stop smoking. Lloyd Bridges, Airplane. Then we'll see him go get a big old bottle of alcohol and come back and go, doggone, I picked the wrong day to stop drinking. That's a good movie.
Apparently, Zach, the YouTuber and Twitch streamer, he said he bought a thing of Crown Royal vanilla, and he took it. Somebody donated 2,000 biddies each, and he had to take a shot of the Crown Royal vanilla, and he's like, that's like the best Crown Royal he's ever bought.
But if I was still drinking, that sounds horrible. You take a good alcoholic beverage and ruin it by trying to make it taste like something vanilla. Ugh.
Add some cinnamon to it.
That's even worse.
Well, this morning I thought I was gonna. This morning I had my alarm set for 7 because I thought we was gonna have to go and leave, take another trip to this morning. So my alarm went off at 7, but my dad never came in there to say anything, so I ended up not getting up till about 9:30 or 10. And then he heard from the guy, and then we gotta go tomorrow. So tomorrow I gotta.
I thought you were going to say, this morning I thought I was going to start drinking.
I put that channel with the lady that does the cop. I put it in the Zoom chat and I put it in YouTube chat if anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. They're gonna try to leave by. He wants to be out of here by 8:30, which will put us there at 11.
Which means I won't be able to call you on 10:15 late because I usually call you on 10:15 late.
You can try, but it doesn't mean I'll be able to answer because I don't know. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know where I'll be exactly. I don't know where exactly I'll be at 10:15 in the morning.
Yeah, maybe I'll call Kim.
Because I may have all my bars and I may have no bars.
Brytech did a
But
nice
as soon as
video
if you
today.
come,
Brytech did a nice video today on a Dell Optiplex 50 something.
So did Adele get into the computer business? I keep hearing people talking about Adele. I thought she was a singer.
I wonder why Brytech don't ever go live.
He doesn't want to show his face for some reason.
That was a joke that came out about laptops. You know what the best laptop is? Adele. I heard she sounds good, or it sounds good.
I've been watching him longer than I've been watching Carrie. I think.
Carrie was live tonight, yes?
Yeah, he
Okay, I
was.
thought so. I was like,
Yeah,
Am
who's
I-
the guy you've been talking about? Somebody say it again, please.
Brytech.
Oh, Brytech, yeah. I've been watching him a little more. I don't think I'm subscribed, but
He did a video on a Dell Optiplex 3050 Micro that had Windows 10 Pro, i5 7500T, 8 gigs of RAM,
Now, the
256
school, my college likes those computers a lot. They like those kind of micro, small form factor computers.
is that the ones you can fasten on the back of a monitor?
Yeah,
Yeah, those
Think
seem
so.
to be pretty popular in medical offices these days.
They're popular because since they've got everything on a server, they can
Right.
boot them up over the network and not have to install anything or install something very small on them.
there I put the video in both chats. The one that he just did today. I wonder why he doesn't want to show his face. Does he think he's ugly or something? I don't get that. I don't get why he doesn't want to show his face.
Seems like I watched some of his older videos one time, and I'm not sure. Some of his older videos might have his face. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure it matters.
True.
Is that a new one? Looks new.
What? Oh, that the micro?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I
it's
saw the start of that.
DDR4. Yeah, it has DDR4, so it's newer. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like how lately Kerry's been getting on broadcast and bragging about all this new shit he bought.
Well,
Oh,
As the
Gotta
saying
talk
goes,
about
to
something.
each his own.
yeah,
or
Brytech.
her own.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something, but we're on YouTube, so I'll wait till we get just on Zoom because it's sort of a threat, and I don't want to get anybody locked up or
Oh, that's good.
YouTube channel gone. So I'll just wait. Remind me.
now
Appreciate
I
is
that.
it Brytech or somebody else that's been showing new ways to install Windows 11 without a Microsoft account?
Yeah,
A whole
that's
bunch of those come. Yeah, he was saying just pretend you're connecting to a domain, and then when it fails, it'll go and let you.
You can only do that if you have the pro version. You can only.
Yeah, Pro. Yeah.
I don't know about that though, Greg or Jeff, because I pretended I won the lottery and I'm still broke. I mean,
No, but it'll fail when you say connect to a domain, but then when it fails, it comes back to let you make a local account. The problem is with all these people showing this stuff all over YouTube, gradually Microsoft is going to close those doors.
sure they are.
Oh yeah.
Sure they are.
I'm gonna
Now,
win
the one
college.
thing they can't stop you from doing, I mean, I have a Microsoft account. I use it for email, but that's really all I want to do with it.
Jeff, I put the thing on there where he says upgrade to Windows 11 on unsupported hardware. I just put a video up.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to bother with that. I've got two computers that are supported. And my old one, I'm probably going to convert to Linux if the hardware is still running at that point.
Yeah.
And if it's not, I'm just going to keep the old HP case and stick a new motherboard in it.
I got an i7. I got an i7 at my mom and dad's house that I might just turn into a server.
What is it? What kind of i7?
It's a Dell Studios 8500.
No, but what's the CPU?
I don't know. It's an i7 something.
Mine's an i7 4770. It's a fourth generation.
You think they'll
Still
back
works
down
fine.
that a little? Do you think they'll back that down a little bit instead of everything's got to be seventh or
That's
above?
the
No.
machine.
No.
I don't think so. The reason they wanted the CPU power is when they finally turn on all of this security stuff that Gary keeps talking about,
Right.
you're going to need the extra horsepower just to handle all of that stuff. And it's not, I don't think there was anything nefarious necessarily in cutting it off at 8th generation. I think that was just some of their guys' guess at how much horsepower you needed to run all the security stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Jim says not gonna happen.
Caleb, he needs you.
Looks like Jeff's got to go do some grandfather things.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with the way Dilly treated me last night.
We'll discuss that later. It's been handled. No sense beating a dead horse. And if anyone's going to beat a dead horse, it's going to be me. Anybody that knows me knows that. I will beat a dead horse. Well, I better not say that because then the SPCA is going to be knocking on my door wanting to know where the dead horse was I was beating.
Oh, by the way, I'm winning the Powerball lottery tomorrow.
Are you?
Yeah,
What's it up to?
440 million.
Jim,
Can you cut me in for a percentage if I send you a little bit of money?
Yeah, I'll send you a couple 100,000.
Wow, there you go. That's
Hey, Jeff.
That's a good
Yeah,
investment.
how much will $5 buy me?
Well, that depends on where you are and what time area you're talking about. $5 love you a long time.
Yeah, Sean, sorry.
It has that Dell Studio XPS 8500 has a 3770 in it.
Oh, for God's
That's
sake.
a third generation.
Can we stop screwing around with this?
Sure.
No, I was going to turn it into a server.
It's slow as hell.
Well, I may put Linux on my 4770. It works fine. You can run a Linux server and still use SMB.
I think that's about the same kind of when we were talking about getting Josh's aunt a refurbished Dell computer for his aunt. I think that was one of the ones that I come across was.
I don't intend to run
47,
Windows 11 on my
something.
old system once Windows 10's out of support.
Right.
If my hardware still works fine, I'll put Linux on it and do something. If it doesn't work, I'll keep the case, keep my old HP case, and stick a new motherboard in it.
I told my neighbor.
USB 3 ports and whatever on it. So
I told my neighbor I'd go buy one of those old Dell Alplexes so he can use it as target practice once Windows 10 goes out.
Mhm.
I'll let him use it for his shotgun or his AR or something and just blow it to pieces. Josh, now you're eating goldfish. First it's M&M's.
He went to the store today and got $40 worth of candy and goldfish and whatever else.
you'd have a lot more money for computer parts if you quit buying all the junk food.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's drinking a Sprite.
That's the reason why I told him. That's the reason why I told him from today. I was going to
Going in
order.
and out so much.
I was going to order what he wanted today, and after that, I'm not going to order anything else on Amazon until we order the game stuff he wants. And it's because it's going to take a little while to get there because it's going to cost not quite $900 to get everything we need.
I have a gym question.
Uh-oh.
The membership's usually about $19.99 a month, and it's on a trial basis right now in certain places. Go right ahead.
No, what's the starship on the left in your background?
Hold on.
Wait a
I gotta bring
Our-
Zoom
our
to the
left or
foreground
his
because I'm
left?
watching something else.
Yeah.
Our left, his right.
Okay. See,
Okay, hold on.
those
Hold
are-
on. This one here.
Yep.
That's your hand.
That's Voyager.
Okay. All right.
Now, who started
Thank
the
you.
Voyager?
Kate Mulgrew.
Okay.
Captain
I vaguely remember
Janeway. Yeah, Captain Janeway.
Hey, Josh, can I make it a little, can I ask you something? If you're going to, eat food and show it on cam, can you please turn your webcam off? I don't like seeing seafood, sorry.
What?
that. Play on words. Get it? See? Food? Sean, we need to have a little
Is
discussion.
it all right if I drink coffee, Sean?
Driver's left. Yeah. That is so true.
What? You said we need to have a chat?
Well, I'm going to have the conversation I have with Mrs. K all the time. I'm the funny one of the family.
I will tell you what I always say, looks aren't everything.
Oh gosh, no! Look how far I've made it. That's why I'm never lied. This is not me. You think this is me, but it's not.
Did you see what Blackwatch wrote?
But which one are we questioning? The
He said,
comedy, the comedian, or
He said, oh, well, SPCA is on standby.
yeah, I'm sure they are. And in certain states, they can probably be here within a minute to 5 minutes.
So you better find
You
out.
don't mess with the in California. Do not mess with the SPCA. Yeah, them people are just downright nuts and crazy, and they're on it.
What if you call them and tell them you got an alligator in your back pocket?
I was talking to Blackwatch the other night and talking to Tim at the same time. I couldn't understand a word of what Blackwatch was saying.
Were you talking to him or texting with him? There's a little bit of a difference.
I was talking to Blackwatch and texting you at the same time. I was talking to Blackwatch on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Remember that night I started texting you what Blackwatch was saying?
I do.
I started to text Kerry on his live chat and ask him if we can work out some deals with PC parts. I was going to be like, I don't need a computer. I just need PC parts. And then I thought to myself, well, this is going to get me yelled at. So I deleted all the
Well, only thing I've seen him do on that is sell stuff like routers and or not sell, but offer routers and other external parts, you might say.
I'll tell you what, for a guy who complains so much about AMD, I'll take every AMD part he has.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Last AMD thing I built, I was like was there a K7 or something?
I think there might have been. I don't know that I had it.
This was around 2010. I built a computer that ended up with my two oldest granddaughters, the ones you see in the background sometime.
Yes, they did.
And back in those days, the instructions weren't nearly as good. And the Taiwanese translated instructions for the case and the motherboard didn't match very well. I couldn't figure out how to hook everything on the front panel. But my granddaughter's dad was repairing PCs as a side business. So I gave him what I had done and he finished it up.
I don't know why Kerry has such bad luck with AMD. I've had this system for since 2020, and I have not had one problem with the motherboard, the chip, nothing.
Well, what kind of bad luck has he had? I've just heard him say he doesn't care for them.
Yeah.
He didn't used to like the fact that they didn't have an automatic updater for the chipset and that sort of thing.
Well, he made that. He made that AMD, that D7 company made an updater for the Ryzen chips.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so I use it, but yeah. I just think he has bad luck. That's all I think.
His first problems, I think, started with first generation Ryzen. And there were issues with first generation Ryzen, especially with memory.
Yeah, that's what I remember. He was having memory issues with him.
The first Threadripper I think he built was a 17 something or other. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was like first generation Threadripper.
He doesn't like AMD because most of the chips don't come with integrated graphics, and he doesn't want to put a graphics card because he doesn't want to ship a computer with a graphics card and have it break in shipping. So he'd rather just build an Intel system that has integrated graphics.
Well, but he's always said if you'll pay for the parts, he'll build what you want.
Yeah, he has said that.
No.
Hi, Rick.
Rick?
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
How's your weather?
Oh, speaking of weather, we had rain in Las Vegas today.
Yeah, we had rain here today.
I saw that, Jill. How you doing, Rick?
But what's
I won't
coming
say
on
we had a
later-
lot, but it was enough I could skip the evening's watering cycle.
That's good.
My mom and dad said it rained like cats and dogs in Gilbert and Mesa, but it didn't rain an inch here.
Well, it's pretty spotty usually. I guess we're officially in monsoon season, but whatever that is.
Rick said this year is like the most. I've read his comment on Harry's chat. Rick said that's like the most he's ever had.
In the last 4 to 5 years, yeah, this is the most rain we've had in one summer.
Yeah.
Usually we're bone dry from April till August. Not this year.
Yeah, I think that's what we're getting because we absolutely had no rain. Not
Would
any
you-
accountable rain. We had a little bit of shower the other night that lasted about 3 minutes.
What
What'd you have to do, Jeff? Rinse off the rocks?
Yep. Yep.
Here's you, Josh.
My dad lived in Sedona, Arizona for years.
Give me.
My dad sent me a text earlier today, and it's hotter than Hades in Kansas. He said it was 100-something degrees.
Where does your dad live in Kansas?
Salina, in Saline
Okay.
County.
Yeah, I've been there a lot. I have a friend that grew up a little ways west of there near Ellsworth.
If it weren't him having to walk the dogs, he would have stayed inside today, but he has 2 small dogs. He has to walk outside 2 or 3 times a day, so he had to step out in the heat, but he'd rather he didn't.
Yeah, speaking of dogs, my mom was sitting in her chair and she kind of sat up and looked out and she goes, "Your dog's trying to get out of your car." And I'm like, "I don't have a dog, Mom." She goes, "You do too. He's halfway out the window." Oh, too late. He's gone. I'm like, good riddance. Didn't want him.
I put that
He
list
had a
at
bad day today with hallucinations.
I put that list at Zach's church stuff.
You can pick whichever one you want.
This one I like her hair.
I put it in the chat.
When your dad gets here, you can pick which one.
This one.
Hey, Robert, you're going to have to get in line. I've got Greg lined up. Actually, I've got Shine lined up to do the car first, and then Greg's coming in right behind him and doing my yard work for me, which is going to be basically painting the grass green because it's dead.
Look at my hair.
And then he can jot down to Tennessee and take care of your stuff for you. How's that sound, Greg? Does that work for you?
Hey,
Read the text.
Nick is back.
Do what, Josh?
Telling Robert we missed him in chat the last 2 times.
Well, he's at work, so
He out with me.
he'll hang out once we end the stream. He's at work right now, so he's got to be very
He
careful.
usually hangs out with me in the morning when I go to work.
He comes up from Tennessee and hangs out with you while you're going to work.
Yep.
Do you pay extra for that?
Nope.
Pretty cool.
He usually comes in the chat room and hangs out with me while I wait for my access in the morning.
Yeah, I noticed you don't get any assistance going out the door or going down the sidewalk. What do your caregivers do?
I did it.
Cooking food.
Oh.
Do you guys ever sit across from one another in the living room and have eating wars?
I love you, Grandpa.
But that,
Do you ever sit across from one another in the living room and have eating wars? Who can eat the most chips? Who can eat the most cookies?
Yeah.
no.
Whip my hair. Whip my
Just
Hi,
one.
Olivia.
I hear Olivia. Oh, she's fine. She's fine, Jeff.
No.
She needs to move a little bit closer so she can get out of the blur of the background, and we'll all wave hi
Yeah,
to
we're
her.
just wait. Their dad just got off work, so he's going to stop by another 15 or 20 minutes to pick him up. Made everybody take a bath tonight.
Yeah, who left? Someone
left?
left.
Alex.
Alex left.
Well, he's getting up early again.
He is.
He said he's got to go with his dad someplace like on a 2-hour trip or something.
He's up to
2 or
Jonesboro.
3 hours.
Yeah, 2.5-ish.
Yeah, he was going to do that today, but got canceled, or something got canceled. He was gonna do something today.
Yeah, he was scheduled
They
for
got a
today.
call from the customer and changed it to tomorrow.
Right.
A
So,
3-hour tour.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, does all your grandkids have orange hair? It seems like it.
Who, Jeff?
Yeah. No,
Yeah, his grandkids.
there's a little, maybe a little hint of red in there. My daughter has red, a little bit of red. It's more brown than red, but now this one is just the doll.
Hi, Lydia.
Oh, maybe that's the one you were looking at.
No, I was talking about your actual granddaughter. It looks like on cam that she has orange hair.
Nah, hold on.
You talking about that background picture he has?
No, the one that keeps coming into the view of the cam.
Oh, Olivia? No, I don't think she has orange hair.
Oh, it looks like.
I don't think she does. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she just ran out. I was going to show you what she looked like.
Of course she did, because you wanted to show us what she looked like.
Hey, Jeff, what's with the boxes in the background?
This is my office is full of boxes. Oh, those are boxes that are still unopened. We packed up everything 4 years ago when we had a garage fire, which was directly under me. And everything was taken out of the house. We were out of the house for 8 months.
Whew.
And I've not unpacked everything yet.
We moved out of our California house in San Jose, and some drunk guy that started renting the house from my parents decided to accidentally or purposely put his foot on the gas pedal instead of the brake and went right through our living room. And my dad's still letting him rent the house to this day. Oh, well.
Did he have it repaired?
Yeah.
Did he pay for the repairs? Did the tenant pay for the repairs?
I don't know.
I got a couple of projects lined up for Sunday when I come home.
What happened to YouTube, Ken? It says technical difficulties.
I'm having technical difficulties. I figured out when I have technical difficulties to put that up there, and that way everybody understands I have technical difficulties. I thought that was rather innovative on my part. I'm working on it. I thought I had. I'm back, so I think I got them fixed.
Don't work on it. Fix it.
You do realize you're talking to me, right?
No, I thought I was talking to the monitor.
The monitor has a better chance of fixing the problems than I do.
So, Sean, if you see these two, these are my two oldest granddaughters.
Yeah, one has.
They each have a little red tint to their hair,
Yeah.
like their mother. My daughter dyes hers to make it more red than it actually is, but she has a natural red tint.
Yeah, my brother's youngest daughter, she's 17. She called my mom today and wanted to take her to lunch, which is interesting because she doesn't have a driver's license. And I'm not sure how she was going to take my mom to lunch because my mom can't drive. And then when I told my brother about it, he goes, well, that's kind of interesting. How was she going to do it? I said, don't know.
Uber.
No. Are you kidding me? My brother and his wife, if them kids say, I want to go here, they jump like that and take them. I'd be saying, Uber, friend, you know. If I told my mom and dad when I was at that age that I needed them to take me somewhere, you know what they would have said? Your 2 feet
Start
will get you.
walking.
Exactly. Your 2 feet will get you there in about 5 hours. But it's raining. Take an umbrella.
I grew up in this little tiny town and went to high school in a town 9 miles away. And before I had a car, if I wanted to go there, I rode my frickin' bicycle 9 miles.
Yeah.
Would that take you?
Now, I
about-
grant you, we were out in the country and there wasn't much traffic, but
Right. How long did that take you, Jeff?
I got to think back a little bit.
There's an update for Microsoft.
Maybe 40 minutes?
Has an update.
I don't know. I'm guessing. It was relatively flat. I mean, there was not a lot of hills
Right.
to go. maybe an hour. I don't remember. That's been 60 years ago. I was doing that shit.
I used to ride a bicycle everywhere because I didn't start driving until I was like 26 or something.
Yeah, it's like my cousin. He grew up in Newark, New Jersey. And when he wanted to drive, his dad told him, you can drive when you buy your car and pay for your own insurance. And he was like 25 or 26 before he could do that.
Yep.
Oh, that wasn't my case, but I got hand-me-down vehicles.
I wasn't that lucky. Every vehicle I've ever owned, I've had to buy.
Well, I know that everybody can't do what we did, but
I might
Well, there's
have
nothing
to
wrong with it,
consider-
Chris. If it's possible, I think that's a good thing. But when I wanted a car, my mom and dad said, "Get a job, save your money, and buy your car." And I
Right.
did. And I narrowed it down to a 1968 Camaro 327 3-speed or a 1970 Chevelle with a 396 4-speed. The Chevelle was too much of a hot rod, so I had to buy the Camaro.
let's see. I've had a Grand Marquis, another white Grand Marquis, a gold one, and a white one, and then I actually drove a 1999 VW Beetle one time. But the first one I got that wasn't hand-me-down was a 1987 Blazer, Chevy Blazer.
Yeah, my first car was a 1959 Ford Fairlane, the small block V8, and
Mm-hmm.
3 on the tree with overdrive.
Did anybody just see what I just did?
Apparently not, because
No.
if you have to ask what we did not. What did you do?
I just threw that box over there. I just chucked it behind me. I didn't know what it was going to hit or anything. I just chucked
Is
it.
that why the TV wobbled?
What? Box to the microphone.
Some people say those VW Beetles are girls' cars, but I didn't care. It got me from point A to point B.
I had a 58 Chevy Biscayne, 4-door, my first car.
My dad had a Datsun.
My dad had one of those that I got in an accident with, 58 Chevy. Needless to
Rusted out
say,
around the
he was not
headlights?
pleased.
Rusted out around the headlights.
He didn't have it that long. He traded cars about every 3 years. He was a mail carrier, and he got paid mileage for using his own car. And he traded him about between 60 and 70,000 miles about every 3 years. Didn't want. After that, the maintenance got to be too much in those days.
I got mad at my dad once and stole his key to his Datsun pickup, drove it around the block, didn't know how to drive a 6-shift and crashed into somebody's house.
Oh,
A Datsun.
I'm answering an email. You probably can hear the tapping of the keys.
No, I don't hear it.
Could you hear my tapping, Ken?
No. I've got to get with Alex and see if there's a setting on this stupid Yeti. You guys don't hear anything, but I hear every little thing, including the fan above me. I can hear it through the Yeti running. And when I mute it, when I'm not streaming or on the Zoom.
We're not picking up most of that stuff.
Well, that's because of the Zoom filters. The Zoom filters are awesome. I need to find a filter.
What, Zoom has a filter on it?
Oh, yeah, it's got several. It's got like 4 for audio.
I had no idea. I just
Low,
thought it was.
medium, high, and there's an auto, which
Is that something you have to set in your account?
No.
in settings.
No, it's not an account thing. It's
green
an
carrot.
OBS thing. It's a software thing.
OBS?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I
okay, he
was
was
kind of
saying
looking
Zoom.
forward to Sean getting a hold of me this morning so we could see if we got his issues resolved, but he never did send me an email, so.
I got busy with other stuff.
Oh, no worries.
I'll probably do it around tomorrow if I don't got nothing else to do.
I was gonna call you at 7:30 this morning, Ken, but I was sleeping.
Yeah, I slept
And
in today.
keyboard is audible on YouTube. That doesn't surprise me. It's being heard.
Really?
Yeah. BH Ringer said it can be heard on YouTube.
So
Doesn't surprise me.
your
Okay.
filter is on Zoom then, not on OBS.
Well, I've got it filtered both places actually, but apparently I'm going to have to adjust OBS, which, boy, that'll be fun because you know what that's going to mean? I can't hear anybody on YouTube.
Gonna screw it up. Don't touch it.
I know. That's why it's tempting to not do it. I mean, tempting to do it.
Well, don't you have the noise suppression filter set in OBS?
I thought I did.
Well, you might want to double check that.
I got packages coming on Sunday, so I'm gonna have to move some stuff around on that zipper. Gonna have to unhook my other monitor and change out the power switch on the back of my right half thing to with a bigger power strip in there.
Oh, okay. Looking at Zoom here.
I
I guess you might set on automatic.
All right, let me answer another email and see if anyone hears the tapping.
I have a USB hub coming in and a switch coming in so I can switch the Wii and the monitor back and forth.
I'm afraid that monitor's gonna fall off where you got it at, Josh.
No, it's being held up. It has a little fan, but it's being held up on. But I won't be able to hook the Wii up until I can find the converter for the Wii. So that's what I gotta do Sunday. I'll be doing a unboxing on Sunday.
I listed that ring light for $15. Nobody wants it. It has a cell phone thing in it, like that you put your cell phone in there. Nobody wants it.
Okay, so that did help. I just adjusted that. That's cool. So good.
Miss Arthur, you want to get off? Or are you all right?
It's midnight nearly. Oh, it's only 11:50.
It's almost midnight.
Getting
I
there.
could probably call her because people probably can't hear me. Probably out.
It's getting there. So I did work on a little bit of DaVinci Resolve for PhotoMix today, and I don't know why, but I want to do something that's vertical, so everything I did today is horizontal. You guys
Well,
can.
you should have worked on the vertical.
Well, I was going to, and somehow what I ended up changing the whole entire format a little bit, and then I've got like a block, and it moves vertically, but then it also moves more horizontally. So I saved that where it was at. The hell is that?
That's Natasha. You want to mute that?
Yeah, I did. Man.
Oh, Josh muted himself too, so they just called each other.
He called her to see if she wanted to be logged off of Zoom. And, you know, it's good. He did remember to mute himself, but he forgot he should connect it to Natasha's to mute her prior so we don't get startled into older age by... It's okay, Josh. I'm going to pay you back, buddy.
Why?
Because you didn't mute Natasha and you scared the holy hell out of me. But don't worry. I'll get you.
Put him in the waiting room.
Oh, no. No, I can't divulge
gonna-
that. I can't divulge what I'm gonna do. What Alex did earlier by logging into his computer, turning the volume up all the way, and playing something. Nope, not gonna divulge that.
I'm gonna roll the boss off to say goodnight, bro. He wants to go to bed.
Good night, Natasha. I have a bug floating in my coffee.
Just doing the
joke,
backstroke?
and the old joke. Hey, there you go.
I didn't mean to scare the crap out of everybody.
Well, that's okay. I'm gonna give them your credentials, and we're all going to on the hour, every hour, log in, and you're gonna wake up.
Man, that gigabyte B450 board I wanted went down all the way down to $100, $99.99. Luckily, I didn't have the money to get it. Now it's back up to like 100 and something. Should have got it when it was at $100.
Yeah, well, you can't get it when you don't got the money.
Yeah, no. Natasha left.
Okay.
Rick was like, what, wait, who left?
Well, there's a lot of unnecessary crap in this build you linked to, Sean.
Oh, Sean posted another link.
No, it's just the same link. I'm just
okay.
looking at it and I'm just like, who the hell needs this? Who the hell needs this other? I'm just looking at what's in here, and it's like, no. A good part of this is unnecessary.
I would take like the processor, the motherboard, the RAM, and the RTX 3070 Ti, but all this other crap, all these fans and all this other RGB and
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's got an all-in-one. You don't need an all-in-one on an i5. You don't.
doesn't the i5 come with a stock cooler?
Not the 600. I don't think the 400 does, but I'm not sure about the 600. I'd have to double check that. I don't
All in
think
one. You're
600
talking
comes.
about the cooler system, the cooling
Yeah.
system. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter that he got a lot of the stuff that's on this list from Fantex. It didn't cost him anything. That's not the point. The point is there's a lot of useless BS in this build. About half of what's in the build.
Let me turn my camera back on. I'm done eating for the night.
I turned it off because we were looking at that lovely bed of yours that's not made.
Okay.
So it says on here that all Intel processors that end with K do not come with free coolers.
Yeah, because those are overclocked CPUs.
Yeah.
If you look at the 12400, there isn't a 12400K that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 600K probably needs a cooler, but what it doesn't need is an all-in-one.
My dad said that one, that i5 12600K or whatever, he says that outbeats one of the new MacBooks. He said if I ever build him another computer before I buy him the Ryzen 7 5700G, he's like, I'll take a i5 12600K because that outbeats a MacBook right now. He says he watched a video where the i5 outdid a MacBook.
Depends on the MacBook.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pick any two products and show you one's vastly superior than the other as long as I pick the right two.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
12
noticed other people are
the 12600K,
recognize me.
the Z690 board, I don't know, that's fine. The memory is fine. The graphics card is fine. I'd even say that the Team Group SSD is okay. Wouldn't be my first choice, but it's okay. But 1,000-watt PSU, the 3070 Ti, no.
That's one of those micro power supplies too, because that case only supplies well, that only supplies a micro
Well, if he's using a Z690 Steel Legend and it doesn't say M on it, that's a full-size ATX board.
yeah.
So that cube has to be bigger than you're thinking.
I'm looking at OBS trying to figure something out.
But he's pissing away money on extension cables. He's pissing money away on fans on all-in-one.
Robbie Tech is one that he's famous for using extensions.
Extensions are nothing more than to make it look good. That's all. There's no other reason for them.
Apparently, you.
And he's a fan. He's a fan of the 3-pin fans, and I don't know why. He likes using those 3-pin fans.
Apparently, YouTube still trying to upload my free video.
From what, this morning?
From today.
No, I think they are already there. At least I thought they were already there.
All right, I gotta look at this.
I'll go check it out.
Look at the case, Jim.
Hell,
Hold on. That is not a micro ATX case.
So, Josh, going to the bank and getting Alex gift cards is one. Going to get my ID with a little emoji or whatever that is, and going to the bank is two. And going to get my ID card and go to bank is three. How many did you do today?
Wait,
They're there. I'm looking right at them.
but when you click on
they're there, Josh. They work.
more video,
You on your phone?
yeah.
That's why.
Get off your phone. Get on a computer.
Right. You're looking on your phone, and your phone, just ignore it. They're there.
Josh, you keep doing that bullshit, and you need to get out a computer, not the phone.
Yeah, the times are 35 on one, 14:21 on the other, and 52:26 on the other. And the only way I can tell you those numbers is because they are there. Don't go with what your don't turn the phone off.
Okay.
Oh boy, look at that chicken in the background, or that rooster.
So my phone's lying, basically.
No, not necessarily. Your phone's you probably have a setting off in your phone. It's probably trying to do something it can't do. And it's going to sit there and say, I'll bet you a plug nickel. If you turn your phone off and back on, go back into the studio, those are going to be gone.
No, I paid my phone bill for that month already. So I don't have to worry about paying it next month.
And I'm going to go back into my Stream Deck. I brought it up so I could look at something because I pushed the button and what I want to work works, but yet when I was in OBS, I couldn't find it. I think old age is really creeping up on me fast. Had to make sure. So
Don't give her any ideas.
Hey,
Oh,
Sean, when
she's
did you
happy.
get
I got her streaming stuff working really good. So I'm going to give a shout out to Blackwatch, BH Ringer, Great Guy, Tony Wallow. I did not see Wintermute tonight, and I did not see Parker Morris tonight, and I did not see Tom K tonight. I'm going to just go back through chat and make sure I did not see them. And I did not.
No, they
So
weren't.
thank you, gentlemen, for joining. And I will be here tomorrow night again. After all, the day ends in Y.
Black Watch was like, can we see can we see, or can we please see the adult version of Greg?
Blackwatch says hi. Ada, however you say her name. She's not even here. Oh, that's funny. All right, looks like that has ended. Hopefully this button still works. I did a little bit of modifications today. I don't know where this is going to go. Might go to technical difficulties for all.